Lindsay Barrow is with me. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Ted.
You were chuckling away to that there. Lindsay has brought something in to help me with my hay fever. Well, not really, because it's a wonderful summer.
It is.
Touch wood, we might get one this year. You see, this is what annoys me. I've been censored heavily all morning. They won't give me the name of the T-shirts, the slogans that I can't read out. I've been told, no, do that, do this. And then Lindsay comes in, she's brought us some nice things to sip and some elderflower champagne, which we'll talk about. I brought you a cake, yeah?
Yes.
Which is now being scoffed by them gannets out there. I know what she said. She said, don't take the cake in, Ted will just eat it all, big fat dobber. We'll have it. We'll have it.
Later.
I want you to concentrate on the elderflower while I stuff the... She just said to me down my earphones, I want you to concentrate on the item in hand while I finish off all this lot here. She hasn't sobered up from Saturday night yet. Now then, Lindsay, you live in Leyland.
Yes.
You work full-time, you're busy. Are you a mum?
Oh, no. I just have a cat and a husband.
That's enough.
Yes.
That's enough. Who gets the most love?
Both of them.
Remember
My
what men...
husband's sat in reception, so I have to be careful what I say.
No, don't bother. Remember, men say they like cats to women, but when women aren't around, men kick cats. Not your cat.
No.
And you grow things, and we have a mutual admiration for Hugh Fernley Whiting Fortenstyle and whatever his name is.
That's right, and River Cottage.
River
yes.
Cottage. I was watching it, he said he's going to come back in the autumn. And he's made some of the things you've made, which are... Tell us about your garden and what you grow.
Well, we have quite a large plot of land on the outskirts of Leyland, and we have a lot of fruit, vegetables, a greenhouse. We grow up most of our own fruit and vegetables in season. Yeah. And I also pick from the local hedgerows as well, things like oak leaves and sloes and that type of thing.
Oak leaves?
Yes, to make wine with.
Oak leaves?
Oak leaves. If you pick them very, very young.
From an oak tree?
Yes. Pick them very, very young. Apparently, if you ferment them, it makes a very nice wine. According to Hugh, anyway.
Fermented oak leaves?
Yes. I'll let you know anyway. This is
you having a go at that?
Having a go. I've got a demijohn in the kitchen at the moment, blubbing away with oak leaf wine in it.
Does it look hopeful?
So far, it's fermenting anyway.
Right.
We'll see how it goes.
Now, people always say elderflower wine, don't they? What is an elderflower? Is it that?
It's
the masses of white stuff you see on hedges.
It's the flower of the elder tree.
Yeah.
That later on in the year will make elderberries.
Those little tiny purple berries.
Yeah.
Can you eat those?
You can. Yes, you can make wine with those.
They're not very sweet, though, are they?
No, they're quite bitter. But you can also make preserves and sauces with them as well. They're also the ones that you often get splattered on your cars with the blackbirds later on in the season.
Is that what they're right?
Yeah. There's loads of folklore associated with elderberries.
So it's a wild plant like a blackberry, like a bramble.
It's more of a tree bush type thing. Yeah. Quite pernicious. It grows all over Lancashire. It's it must like the soil, should I say, and the climate.
And traditionally, there are kind of folklores attached to different things, aren't there? Mm-hmm. Does the elderflower have the same thing?
Loads. For example, there's a lot of things about it brings you good luck. But then again, there's other ones that say it brings you bad luck. Apparently, you're not supposed to burn elder wood, because if you do, you'll see the devil.
Oh.
Or
his neighbour.
Or his neighbour, yes, at 665. Or also, apparently, Judas hung himself on an elder tree. Oh. So that's why it's got the bad luck connotations. It's even mentioned in Shakespeare, elder.
Is it? Can you remember the particular?
I think it's Love Labour's Lost.
Right.
Don't know the paragraph that it's in.
Well, I'm looking eagerly at your
have a go?
At your bottle because we have it. Listen to this. Listen. Oh.
So we've got fizz.
So Lindsay's opened up a bottle of homemade, home fermented. What is it?
Elderflower. They call it champagne. I mean, technically you can't call it champagne because it's not made in the champagne.
It's fermented with an effervescence, with a fizz.
It is. It contains sugar and...
Oh, it's lovely, that. Mm-hmm. Very refreshing. Yeah. Very, Rena, a little glass of that? Go on, lad. There you go. It's very sweet, isn't it?
But it's very nice chilled.
And with a little bit of alcohol in it? Or
just a tiny little bit.
How much would you say?
Fermented. Oh, possibly only a couple of percent.
About 2% proof?
2-3%. That's only been in the bottle about 3 weeks. and that effervescence. I've had to calm it down, obviously, to bring it to the studio, but
how do you calm it down? Just say, look,
just
act responsibly.
chilling it.
You're coming out now.
And degassing it on a regular interval.
That's what you need, Reed. That's what I need.
Degassing.
Degassing.
The other thing I've brought with me today is elderflower sorbet.
Oh, that's nice. Go well with cake, I'd imagine.
Yeah, if you just want to dip in and
Is
try
there
that.
left? This is a sorbet, an ice, well, not an ice cream, an ice made from it.
Yes.
You are clever. How do you... Here, have it. Yes, please. Where does all this knowledge come from? Were your parents... Did you grow up...
Yeah, my mum's a pretty good cook, and I spent quite a bit of time with my nana, for want of a better phrase, as a young girl, and I was pretty much taught to cook by my nana, really.
Did she cook elderflower and things?
More on the sort of the basic Lancashire things, but she used to do things with knit bone and comfrey and that sort of
bone, yes, which does help injuries apparently.
Yes, all sorts of things like that. And my great grandma even was sort of very much into the cooking and brewing and
that sorbet is delicious. How lovely to produce stuff from your garden, isn't it? Well, we'll talk some more to Lindsay Barrow. We'll have a sip of this elderflower champagne, the very best of the morning to you, fresh from her garden. It's delicious. We've had the elderflower sorbet and a bit of cake. What's in the cake?
Chocolate and courgettes.
And courgettes. Now you'd go, ugh. But I assure you, we haven't, have we, Rena?
No.
You're very talented.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
He's a lucky man, your husband, isn't he? And the cat. Lindsay Barrow is here with me, and importantly, across the herring pond in the United States of America, listening at this very moment, who say good morning to...
Eileen and Bobby and any other of the Barrow clan in the US of A.
Eileen and Bobby, good morning to you. What are the surnames?
Barrow.
Barrow, funnily enough. Yeah, there you go. And what part of the state's are they in?
Atlanta, near Atlanta in Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
A place called Lawrenceville.
Right. Is that under the boardwalk?
Somewhere down there, yes.
Good morning, folks. They've got up specially to listen.
There's a few more as well, maybe in New Hampshire.
It'll be about 5 o'clock now, won't it?
Yes,
6 o'clock in the morning.
5 o'clock on that side of the US.
Oh, I bet you're popular. They must love you a lot.
They do.
And have they sampled your...
They haven't,
elderflower?
Unfortunately. They've never been to us in the UK.
Oh.
They're related to my husband. And,
well, you come over, y'all.
Yeah.
You have a real good time. You've been over there?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Well, we'll raise a glass to you here across the pond, folks. Cheers. Good morning to you, and thank you for getting up and listening to BBC Radio Lancashire in Atlanta, Georgia. There's lots of good things. Do they listen regularly? Yeah,
of course they do.
It's okay.
Of course they do. Across the World Wide Web.
Yes, chocolate cake. That's the thing we were talking about. Chocolate and courgette cake.
That's correct, yes. So did you enjoy it, Ted?
I just had a mere sample. Just a quarter of a corner. Reno's got the rest for his lunch. You wouldn't. It's not a combination that would spring to mind. What made you think of putting a courgette in a chocolate cake?
Well, I was overrun in the garden with courgettes a couple of years ago, and I just didn't know what to do with them. I tried all the usual, the ratatouilles and the everything else's. And I like baking, and I happened to sort of go down the line of carrot cake, and then thought, well, why not courgette cake?
Yeah.
And I love chocolate, and anything with chocolate in it tastes good anyway, doesn't it?
It does really, doesn't it?
It went from there.
Here she is. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sally Naden.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Elderflower, champagne, Lindsay, Sally.
Hi, Lindsay.
Hello, hi.
Fermented from her own garden.
Smells gorgeous.
It does, doesn't it? Isn't that sweet and lovely and fresh, refreshing?
Oh, that is incredibly refreshing.
Only mildly alcoholic.
Oh, was there alcohol in there?
Yes.
Oh, let me taste again.
Only 2% or something. Just
that's where the effervescence comes from.
just enough. Yes, like Sally.
Yes.
Just enough to top you up.
Just trembling slightly.
Well, I am. I
You've
need a
seen me
drink.
on a Saturday night, haven't you?
It's the Monday morning trembles that are the worst.
Very, very refreshing, though.
Thank you.
Very refreshing.
And then
Lovely.
once you cleanse your palate, as Reno, the foodie here, pointed out, with a spoonful of the elderflower sorbet. It's rather cold, and it makes you, ooh. If you've got any fillings, that'll hit. Gives you vinegar eyes slightly that's so cold. It's from a thermos, isn't it? They keep cold things cold and hot things hot. He said, and what have you got in there at the moment? He said, 2 Mars bars, an ice cream and a cup of coffee. They shall have drink now, shall have laugh. Thank you, Sal. Thank you for that.
Oh,
The
that
old
was
ones keep
gorgeous.
us going.
You're
Yep.
a bit of a Felicity. What's it, aren't you?
Hugh
On the
Fernley-
Good Life, yeah.
Oh, Tom, yes, I made my elderflower wine,
I
Tom.
haven't done the pea pod wine yet.
Peapod wine.
That's what Felicity Kendall in The Good Life.
Oh, did
made.
she?
Yeah, pea
Did she?
pod wine.
God, well, it's all very lovely. Do you know, I love coming in here. I'm not going to tell you what we've got on the programme because I just come in to eat and drink.
Lindsay, thank you so much for your sample of your lovely wares. I think you should start selling this at farmers markets.
Maybe.
We've got the label, haven't we?
Yes.
Lindsay's lovely.
Then whatever it is, yes.
Then whatever it is, we're going to business club.
Thank you.
It's the future.
Thank you.
Marvellous.
Thank
That's
you
the
very
lovely
much.
Lindsay Barrow, and hello to everyone in the United States. What's their name? Give them a double plug.
Eileen and Bobby.
Good
Bye.
morning. Love y'all.